buy tickets and enjoy a beautiful Kenyan festival in Kilifi by Kenyans and for Kenyans, right? Yeah, so I want to send a special mention to some of the artists who will be at the festival and are here. Maya Molo, who's Maya's new album is out, so you better check that out. DJ Pops in the building. And Blocker Beats before him. Please, Blocker, thank you for the music. And right now, I'm just going to pass over the microphone to Matt Swallow, the creative director of the festival, part of the festival management, and maybe he can tell us a little bit more about what to expect the festival this year. How many artists, how many stages, what kind of music, what's the vibes?
Whether it's on stage or whether it's to just take R&R. But the festival is what we're talking about today. Okay, and this festival, when we're looking at the lineup, it's very much looking at a Kenyan alternative crew. So I'm not looking at one genre when we're working with our team on bookings. We're not looking at one demographic. We're looking at a number of small groups of demographics that maybe get overlooked, and we bring them together. And when they're together, then they see one another, and they support one another as a result. Okay, in that way we depolarize and we allow for a growth in something that may not always be supported as well as it could. Okay, so there's many reasons for why that happens. We're a platform for that. We're also, in terms of then looking at outside of Kenya, we're a tourist destination, being Kilifi and on the coast, and it's New Year. So we have a lot of visitors from East Africa, the African continent, and Europe, and further afield. So now that Kenya is moving that way as well, as it has been for a while, but with more energy each year. Okay, so we welcome people and we show them proudly what we have to offer here in Kenya and Kilifi and East Africa. Okay, so that's what that is about. So when I'm introducing my lineups, it's about being Kenyan owned, it's about East African owned, okay? And then those internationals that we invite, it's about connecting and looking at labels, looking at crews that might welcome our artists as we offer more opportunities outside of Kenya, as there can be a glass ceiling within anyone's own country. We can step out of that, okay? So that's what Beneath the Baobabs is about. It's about bringing subcultures and groups together. It's about art. So you can expect a lot of different art on all our stages. All our stages are set within nature. So there's this baobab trees at the backdrop of our main stage. For instance, we have baobab decks. So you're looking over valleys. So it's a beautiful place to be. And you're not getting concrete structures. You're not getting lots of trussing everywhere, blocking that way. But what there is a lot of dance, a lot of get down, and there's a lot of art and expression, and people coming together and seeing eye to eye and celebrating what was in the year before and what is about to come, because we know that what is about to come next year is always going to be a better year for Kenyan art. Do we agree on that? I think so, because every year I'm looking and working with artists and seeing that their next album is better and their next performance is better, and it's so exciting to me. So that's what Beneath the Baobabs is for, that platform, and for people to come and celebrate that together in terms of art and expression. We're also looking at the alternative in terms of culture. So we're looking at our wellness culture and our mindfulness and our deep philosophical discussions on how to actually change where we're stuck or maybe stuck. You know, we've all been given this moment right here and delivered a certain paradigm of what we are told is correct. But actually, I feel here in Kenya, I believe it's possible to look at some other ways and differences. So you can also expect some other experiences there, discussions and such, dance and such, to open eyes, open minds, bodies, souls, for real change that is positive for our creative sector, and to bring celebration to humanity in general and show the world that Kenya's got it more than anyone else. Okay, that's my belief. Okay.
We're in full gear prepping for our proper comeback since post-COVID. We sort of had a scaled-down festival end of last year. 1,500 tickets sold out by December 1st. People still coming to the gate like, I have 10K. And we're like, no, babe, I'm sorry. Testing at the gate and everything. We're very happy to kind of be moving away from that. At this time, almost 2,000 tickets sold. And see your mates. Do you have your ticket? See your age mates. What you doing? But really the whole thing is the experience, and we really appreciate people who trust us to put on just a unique experience. So yeah, this edition, I think we're in our 9th year of the festival. Next year will be our 10th anniversary of what started as Kilifi New Year, as Matt said. And I'm just really a believer. I'm really a festival babe. I'm that person who will travel for a festival across nations and borders and everything like that. And yeah, just come through December 30th and 31st. You can really plug in 2 days and 2 nights. If you want to camp, you can camp. If you want to just bring a hammock and sleep in your hammock, you can do that. We have glamping options. Some of our partners, Tarpo, are here, where they will have a full-on tent with a bed and a fan and sockets and a shower, but it's a tent. And you know, there's also all of Kilifi for you to explore and plug in and out if you want to. We also work very closely with Distant Relatives Eco Lodge and Backpackers. You might have heard of them as the premier kind of accommodation in Kilifi. Very out in nature as well, very chill, very a place where people connect. So they sort of have our like unofficial but official pre-party called Before the Baobabs. And there'll be all sorts of sound systems and everything like that, which normally will happen 29th or 28th of December. Long before that, you might have heard venues like The Terrace, Salty's, Beach Bar.
We want to give a big shout out to Beneath the Baobabs. For the first time last year, I attended the event, and I must say, kudos, guys. Like, the energy is amazing. The execution is phenomenal. The whole vibe and feeling there's like quite magical. So I must say, if you've not yet booked your ticket, please do, yeah? And if you see me over there, get yourself a K or get yourself a 5/8. We welcome you to this space in Pepper Tree, Westlands, which is obviously open during the weeks, and we have amazing experiences over here. So we're also telling you guys to come check out our spaces, and we're happy to partner with the creative, I would say, tribe of Kenya, and even beyond Kenya, because we are also African, and just welcome you all to our space. So we welcome Beneath the
Thank you guys for tuning in to this yet another exciting conversation with Julie Olum, Head of Marketing at Beneath the Baobab. We're trying to get to Kilifi, guys, the new year from the 31st, all crossing to 2023. You need to be in Kilifi, and this is where you get to know why you need to be there. So, Julie, I'm going to give you this chance to maybe introduce to us what exactly is Beneath the Baobabs. Are there baobabs? And also what's happening beneath the baobabs?
It's almost like our whole cornerstone. There are so many baobab trees. They are so precious. You know, they're these things that, like, once they get to the heights where you can hide in their shade, they're like 1,000, 2,000 years old. That's how old and rich these trees are. But really what the festival is, it's actually 2 days and 2 nights. So from the 30th of December, 31st of December, 2 days, 2 nights. We ring in the new year. Go until like 10 a.m. on the 1st. By the 1st, everyone's like, all right, let's go sleep. And then we'll regroup like the night of the 1st, catch each other on the beach or something. For us, our thing is for you to really fully unplug. Come outside into nature. We have this incredible, amazing ancient site of ancient coastal forest, 50 acres, where you can just run around, walk around, be barefoot. I've been running around this event barefoot. I own like 3 pairs of shoes. Kilifi residents, shoes. I don't know how.
I wish they could take a shot of my feet. I would have threw away my shoes as well. But
man,
yeah, that's the kind of fun people are expecting to see.
You are like off the earth and with the earth, especially us here as indigenous Africans. Like, we're at this launch event. It was mentioned how much sometimes people from outside enjoy our land more than us and find out more of what's there. For us, we're like, you guys, do you know what's going on? You know what's naturally there just in Kilifi town, Kilifi County. So we really revere and really appreciate the nature around us. And with that also comes just Giriama culture and Giriama knowledge of how precious baobab trees are. Things like Morubaini, neem trees. I've lived in Kilifi a little bit over a year. I don't take medicine. If I feel sick, I get some neem leaves, I boil it. It tastes awful, but it's effective. I treated my COVID that way. If I have a little cold, like, that's, for me, that is my lifestyle when I moved to Kilifi.
All right. a peek into how the Kilifi life is like, but also getting to sample the whole art scene in the world, globally as well. So we're expecting music, food, and what else? How does it look like for the 2 nights and 2 days that people will be there?
Absolutely. So for the days of the festival, really what Beneath the Baobabs as a whole is, the whole year, is we champion alternative culture. Who is underrated, who is underestimated, who is not getting enough press for the amazing stuff they are writing, singing, creating, doing, you know, like photographing, everything. Who is really pushing the culture forward, but you know, they're not going to be like on your, I don't know, your mainstream thing, or maybe they don't even have like the social media clout, but they're doing things and they're skilled, they're masters of their craft. That's what we're about. So our whole lineup, we have more than 60 acts from Kenya, the rest of East Africa, the rest of the world, across 4 stages, all of these 2 days and 2 nights. We don't even group it in terms of like, oh, this is the stage for this genre, or like this is like the reggae stage, and this is the house stage, and this is the amapiano stage. No, it's roving, because that's the culture, and music and art is fluid. Like maybe one day somebody feels like they're a house DJ, the next day they're feeling very much more hip hop, and people are like that as well. I'm like that.
Yeah.
Like all my playlists are all over the place on my Spotify. You know what I mean? Like it depends on your mood. So we want to be open and flexible, because humans are flexible. Art is flexible.
Sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. Thank you very much, Julie, for making time for us. Maybe a last word there for people who you think should come through if they haven't even thought about it.
Guys, karibuni Kilifi, karibuni Pwani. I know you guys might not have a real concept of Kilifi. It's really like an unsung hero of the coast. But we're really doing it, and we're doing it all year round. And it's really, it's not for the tourists. It's for us here as indigenous, Kenyans, indigenous, Africans, come through for the New Year festival before, after, the whole year. We are dedicated to the culture. We are dedicated to the people who are outside of the norm, outside of the mainstream. Even if you are mainstream, we even have that spot, but really we put the energy behind people who deserve a spotlight and deserve a space, you know, to really show their art and make their art. That's what we are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you in Kilifi.
Karibuni, please come through. Please feel very welcome. Feel very free.
They should check out the site. Yeah.
BeneathTheBaobabs.com is where we are. That is where you can get your tickets for this event, where you can find out about our restaurant, The Twisted Fig, our accommodation,
options,
our wellness festival, Kisima Festival, which we do once a year, our monthly events between the Baobabs. It's a whole ecosystem, let me tell you. If you're a sound person, if you're a 3D designer, come through. Our social media is wide open. If you have some kind of idea for some kind of retreat, if you do acupuncture, come and heal people at our festival.
Yeah.
Fully, we are like, let's do this. Let us get everybody together and to a space where they can connect with other people who want to do the same thing.
Okay. Thank you very much, and have a good one.